Whew. That some bitch was heavy. Oh, that was a heavy one, man. Daniel Bryan. My God. Daniel Bryan. Shit. I just got finished watching the little overrun that they had going on the network. Just seeing it all play out. And I'm still in a lot of disbelief. Not saying that I think it's a work or anything anymore. It's just why do I feel as though we just like had a death in the family, like in a wrestling family? Like, oh my God. Oh man. You know, it's going to be one of those stories. Like Daniel Bryan is going to always have one of those stories where you're always wondering, what if? You're always going to wonder, is he ever going to come back and have that one last match? For example, you think of Stone Cold, and you always wonder if he never had that power driver delivered to him by Owen Hart, and that neck injury that he sustained for like the rest of his career, which he had to change a lot of what he did after that. And I think he only lasted about 4 or 5 more years after that. But he said, if it weren't for that, he would have another 4 years in him. You wonder just how much more he could have accomplished. You take a guy like Edge, who had to retire because of injury, not because he wanted to, even though he was getting up there in age as well. You think of Shawn Michaels, same thing with the back injury. You always want these guys to come back and have one more match. And with Daniel Bryan, the crazy part is he gave us 16 years. 16 years. And a lot of people only know about probably the last 5 years of it. You guys didn't see. For those of you who know about the American Dragon side of Daniel Bryan, you've seen those other years that he spent in ROH, and he spent in Japan and wrestling all over the world. You've seen the American Dragon. You've seen the guy that for years before CM Punk coined it a phrase, he was the best in the world. You've seen that guy. But for those of you who don't know about that guy, oh, you guys missed out. You only know about the WWE version. And it's amazing because everything that he accomplished in WWE and everything he accomplished wrestling all around the world, the crazy part is, even after 16 years, you feel as though when WrestleMania happened, when WrestleMania 30 happened, you feel as though that was the start of his career. Like it kind of felt that way because it felt like this is the start of something that could be huge. You've seen the Occupy Raws. You've seen, people holding Raw, the fans holding Raw hostage, fans completely making it so that WWE had to change their booking completely because they didn't have him in that WrestleMania 30 spot. They were going to have him in like a 4th match spot against Sheamus. It's crazy the amount of power that fans could have and just how hot he was getting. I'm always going to have this one lasting impression. And I'm so, to take a phrase from Daniel Bryan, I'm grateful that I was actually there when he won. I believe when he won his first ever WWE championship at SummerSlam. I was there. And the response from that crowd, I was yesing too. It was an amazing feeling to be in that building that night. And it was great to see something like that happen for a guy like that. And you felt as though WWE was starting to turn that corner, and then Triple H and Randy Orton did what they did. And he wasn't really supposed to get over. That's the crazy part about it. And he did. He really did. And God, that shit is amazing. Because you got guys like him and guys like CM Punk that pretty much have paved the way for these indie guys to start getting into WWE and making their lives even bigger than what they were tenfold. So seeing this retirement, while it was a very, very amazing segment, it was a very well done segment by Daniel Bryan. I'm pretty sure that they just gave him live mic and said, go out there. We trust you. Do what you want. And it's not every day that we get to see a person out of character, unscripted, and just being themselves. And that's another thing that made this so good and amazing. Raw was already okay. It was borderline good. It was borderline. I'll say Raw was. I'll say Raw was like. I'll give Raw like a 6.5. I'll give Raw the 6.5, and we'll get to the Raw review. But we got to talk about Daniel Bryan a little bit more here. So going into Daniel Bryan, they didn't leave you with that feeling of, oh my God, this Raw's been fucking terrible. They didn't really have you feeling as though you needed to be in a bad mood, because that's normally what Raw does. You watch Raw, and I want to say probably about 80% of the time through each Raw, you're feeling like, why am I watching this? Why am I wasting my time? I hate this. I'm watching it out of habit. And tonight, it didn't feel that way. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. And it helped because going into this Daniel Bryan announcement, damn, I can't believe this guy's retiring. Going into this Daniel Bryan announcement, we was in okay feels. You know, we were in okay spirits going into this. And I appreciate that they didn't have something stupid happen, such as fucking I can't think of anything stupid right now, but something stupid to bring us into that segment. Yeah, I'm glad that they didn't do that. And this guy just knocked it out of the park. And this is something that a lot of us wrestling fans want to see more from wrestlers today. Yeah, Daniel Bryan and Kenta in the ROH match, bro. Man, their stuff in Japan was also very damn good. And for anybody that doesn't know, Kenta is Hideo Itami that's in NXT now. Definitely check out their matches. They had a bunch of matches. Whatever you could find of those two on YouTube, it's a must. It's a must. Shit. But back to this. That's what we want as wrestling fans. Is Triple H once said not too long ago, welcome to the reality era. But we have yet to experience anything that was reality. Now, if they would have said welcome to the trolling era, then okay, yeah, that makes sense. But he said welcome to the reality era. And tonight with Daniel Bryan was the first feeling that I ever had with something that could be called reality. You know, for once, let us get to, I mean, you can kayfabe it. You can work it in a way as though these guys come off as though they're being genuine while still in character. If you can find a way to do something like that. It's a very old school way of getting guys over with the crowd. It's a very, very old school way to get faces over with the crowd. It's to just have them come off as though they're being genuine, as though something is affecting them, and as though they are just on fire. And I think that that's what we got out of Daniel Bryan. And the same thing for the heels. The heels took a lifestyle that they lived and gave you a reason to dislike them, but it felt genuine. You felt as though if I ever see this guy in the street, I fucking hate this guy. And we don't get that today. We don't get a general feel. You know, everything just feels scripted, and that's what's wrong today in today's wrestling. So it was very good. It felt good to just see Daniel Bryan. By the way, I'm going to be interacting. That's my phone going off. going to be interacting with you guys here in the chat with some of these segments because I want some of you guys' input. You guys can start leaving your input now on Daniel Bryan's retirement segment. I'll read them off, give you my opinions on what you guys are saying. But why is my phone going off? But yeah, this is very heavy for me because I was just like, I didn't want to accept it, man. It's because of that WrestleMania moment that made you feel like this is the beginning. This is something that's really about to snowball. And kind of sucks because they kind of used that to, you know, what they thought was going to get Roman Reigns over at that Fastlane thing. And it was just such an abrupt ending. And you know, a lot of the plans that Bryan had, you know, that Bryan wanted to come back and like he sees guys like AJ Styles is finally here. You have Nakamura coming to WWE. You have all those guys in NXT that's coming up. You got Kevin Owens there. You know, Seth. Well, he wrestled Seth enough, but still, Seth's on fire. And it's like, man, there's so much good talent, not WWE talent, but so much good talent that's here now and that's coming here now. And it's like, my God, we won't get the chance to see him wrestle those guys. Because those guys that are coming here now, those guys that have just gotten here, those are the 5-star match guys that Bryan will put on 5-star matches with. Those are the guys. And if you ever looked at his Instagram, he put up pictures of those guys and he said, please, WWE, clear me. Because he knows what he could do with guys like that. And we all kept holding on to hope, like, man, this guy's going to come back and maybe we will get a chance to just, you know, get that organic feel. That was the thing with Daniel Bryan. Everything about him was organic to the way he got over, you know, his whole movement. Everything was done because of the fans. And as fans, how could we let go something that we helped create? And by that, I mean, we didn't create Daniel Bryan, no, but we created a situation for him to grow as huge as he was growing. And sucks because that was taken away. That sucks. But it was very well done what he did tonight. And I wonder what type of role he's going to have, because I know he's not leaving WWE. That's just not going to happen. I just wonder what type of role they're going to have him in. Can they have him in a GM role? He probably not, because he can't take any bumps. Will they have him as commentator? Probably not, because they probably don't believe that he's a strong voice. What could they have him as? I don't know. Let me ask you guys. What do you think that they will have? What would Daniel Bryan's role be? Probably, you know, he could be a trainer, but they're going to want to have that guy on camera, no? I don't know. I'm not sure if they'll want to have him on camera because they've been holding him off camera all this time, probably to not get fans' hopes up. It's tough. It's really tough. King Punk, I'm trying to read your question here, but some of the words are throwing me off. You're gonna have to type that over. Do you think they'll push fan favorites now instead of Reigns? No. That's from King Punk. No. If you're referring to the effect that Daniel Bryan had and that having anything to do with who they want to push, absolutely not. Even though Daniel Bryan got as over as he did, don't forget, they still didn't want him to be there. So they were booking and positioning him to not be there purposely. Bryan was healthy when they were pushing Reigns. Bryan was healthy. He was in the Royal Rumble. He was in the Fastlane match, which was still to this day Roman Reigns' best match, was with Daniel Bryan at Fastlane. Easily his best match. So he was there, and they wanted Reigns to be the guy. So it's going to be Reigns. And the way that they booked Reigns tonight in conjunction with Dean Ambrose, I don't understand them. And we'll get to that once we get to the review. He was let's see, who was that? King T May. He was cleared, but WWE said fuck you. Now that depends. He was cleared by multiple doctors, as he said, but he also said that a week and a half ago he had another test that said that his brain wasn't as in good condition as he thought it was. Now, that right there could just be WWE propaganda. You know, giving him something fed to him so that the fans could cope with it. Do I think that that's the truth? I don't know, but I have my doubts. I have my doubts that that's the truth, but I'm not going to hold it against them. I honestly think that was just words put into the I don't want to call it a speech, and I don't want to call it an announcement, but the addressing, I think that those were words cleverly put into the addressing to get fans over the hump, because WWE doesn't want to have any blame on them for not clearing the guy. Everybody knows that he was cleared by a lot of other doctors, not a lot, about I think 2 to 3 different doctors, specialists. So in order for WWE to not have the bad eye on them, he go out there and say, a week and a half ago, I found out that it wasn't as in good condition as we thought it was. But that week and a half ago was when the specialists were telling him that he was good. So I don't know. I have my doubts on if that's legit right there. Google Bryan Danielson versus Shinsuke Nakamura. That's from Osiris. Off the Barricade. He runs a review of his own, and his review will be going live probably an hour or so after I'm done with my review. I'm sure of it. You can check him out on, let me just make sure I say it right, because I always think that is over the barricade and sometimes like off the barricade. Let me double check you, Osiris, because I stay getting that shit wrong in my mind. You'll pop up in the chat again. I'll mention it. Let's see. NXT coach with Albert and Del Rey. Yeah, I can see that. You know, I can see it. They'll probably have him as an ambassador. You know, you place Hogan with a guy like Bryan, because they could still work on his stardom. They can still work on his stardom and just have him be an ambassador. I think that that's a pretty good look for him. He's not Edge. I'm certain he can take a bump. It's tough, man, because any bump that you take can rattle your brain. And that's what the issue with concussions is. Any bump that you take will rattle your brain. And if it rattles the wrong way and you haven't been cleared, you know, that's all she wrote. You're wiser. They have to push Cesaro when he comes back because Cesaro was getting hot. I think that they have good plans for Cesaro. There's certain names that I won't mention on my stream. Certain characters I won't mention because I've completely lost faith. But for some reason, I just don't lose faith in Cesaro. I still keep thinking that there's a chance with the guy. And Cesaro's just going to have to get the reaction that Bryan got in order for Vince to realize it. And he was getting it. I don't want to say he was getting like Occupy Raw type of thing, but Cesaro's section was starting to become hot and it was starting to get big. So I can see that happening. I can see it happening. I'm holding out on hope. He's getting up there in age, so they're going to have to pull the trigger soon. I'm just taking a breather here to read through some of the comments to see if I could answer any questions. Any wrestler get that reaction if they retire today? Cena, Orton? No. Cena would get a respect reaction. Cena would retire in the ring. I don't see him getting that reaction because even when they go to Boston, Cena don't get pops. Cena don't get pops. He'll get more of a respect reaction. Randy Orton, they wouldn't have a retirement in the ring like that with him. He's just not that type of guy. I don't think he is done. He watched to pull. Oh, he wanted to put in his notice to wrestle in the Indies, so he might just pull an AJ Lee to get out of contract. Yeah, he wanted to put in his notice, and he was denied because he wanted to do Indies. And I think a way that they could have gotten away with it is to have him wrestle in Evolve, Indies place that they have ties to and they're connected to, and just have him just hold him off of TV. Let the guy go there and wrestle, hold him off of TV. That way you can still have him in WWE and you still have that relationship with Evolve. It's but they don't want to take the chance. They just didn't want to take the chance. All right, so shall we start the review of Raw? Because it'll be quick and I don't want to harp over all of the crap that was going on. So if I do just so happen to harp over something, just completely no sell it, it was crap, and I don't want to be too negative on things. So Raw opened up with a little package for Daniel Bryan. A lot of old footage in there. And with all this footage that they kept showing to Daniel Bryan, I kept thinking, man, this has got to be a work, right? They keep showing stuff, they keep overdoing it. Okay, fair enough. Pyro hit, and we get the segment with Brock, Dean, and Reigns. I believe Dean was out first. Stephanie talking her crap. Roman Reigns interrupts her. A lot of people thought this segment was good. Maybe it was because there was some physicality in it, but isn't there always physicality in these segments? It's supposed to be a contract signing. With a contract signing, you're going to get some physicality. Okay, you got suplex, you got F5. It's a big deal. People liked it. I didn't really care. Unless I missed something, because I did miss the segment in its entirety. But I went back and I caught the highlights of it. So unless I'm missing something, if it's just a signing and Brock Lesnar doing Brock Lesnar things, I don't really care. Now, in order for this, the thing that would have made this good for me is to see something different. That different thing would be maybe Dean or Reigns getting the upper hand on Brock. And maybe they're saving this for Fastlane. But here's my or Dean does what he does later on, low blows Brock, or Brock takes not Brock. No, Dean needs to take down Brock, or Dean and Reigns take down Brock together, and then have Reigns attack Dean, or vice versa, because it'd be something different. And he attacks him, but as he's walking back, he says, hey, it's a triple threat. Make sure that you got your head on a swivel. That way it's not a turn, it's a warning. The warning is you need to be taking this seriously because it's for a shot at WrestleMania. And if we're going for a shot at WrestleMania, your head needs to be on a swivel, or I'm going to knock you on your ass. Either Dean or Reigns could have gotten away with doing that while Brock is laid down in the ring. I'm okay with that. And that would have made that opening segment good for me. But if we get the standard contract signing, Brock does Brock things, and then it's over, I don't care. I personally don't care. You guys might have thought it was great. I personally don't care. We got Ziggler versus Owens for the umpteenth millionth time. And Ziggler won with his legs on the rope. Some people said that Ziggler's been good these past couple of weeks with Owens. I don't see it. I honestly don't see it. It's the guy. Ziggler, they need to introduce a light heavyweight title and maybe have him in that division. He can't even have that title, though. Just have him in that division. I can't with this guy. I can't get into anything with this guy. And what's the deal with the 50-50 gimmick booking? You got Owens winning the first couple matches. Now you got Ziggler winning the past couple matches. For what? For what? so that we could believe in a match with them at Fastlane if that match is going to happen, which is probably. Why do I need to see? Somebody else tweeted this. Now, I don't have the names in front of me. It's a lot of fucking tweets. So I'm sorry if I'm missing your name. But he said, why will we want to watch this match on a pay-per-view when we've already seen every possible outcome that they can have? What more do they have to show us? And that's absolutely true. And not only with this match, but just with what WWE does. Why do we want to see most of any of their pay-per-view matches when they give us every outcome that they could on Raw or on SmackDown, which I don't watch? Why would we want to watch it on pay-per-view? I mean, don't get me wrong, on the pay-per-views, they bring their A game and they try their best to knock it out the park, but damn, we done seen it already. And if we didn't, we probably seen it the pay-per-view before then. These 3-month storylines that they have with these guys, and they have them wrestling each other over and over and over. You do that shit on house shows. You don't do that on your main Raw show. I don't give a fuck about this match. Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens. I don't give a fuck about this shit. And quite frankly, they're making sure. They are absolutely making sure I give even less of a fuck about Kevin Owens. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. We want to like Kevin Owens as a heel. He's a great heel. But they're making me give less of a fuck about him by putting him with dudes like this. Mid-card garbage like this. And I'm not saying Ziegler is garbage. The way he's been positioned over the years has made him as a character and him in believability garbage. And I think that that's fair to say. I think that's fair to say. Also, are we just going to get a Kevin Owens and Michael Cole match eventually? Because these two have Kevin Owens has been feuding by himself with Michael Cole since he got on the main roster. Are we going to get some type of, is Michael Cole going to get some type of payoff to this? I don't know. We got a backstage segment with New Day. They let us know New Day versus Usos is going to be a tables match. Dudley's don't like that at all. Dudley's want to be included in said tables match because who the fuck are you to go out there and have a tables match without Dudley's? We're Dudley's. We do this table shit for real. All right. So we got let me see if you guys have anything to say about Owens and Ziggles. See if you guys have anything. But why is it Ziggler has a movie? Ziggler will win because watch Total Divas. And now I got your name right, Osiris. It's Off the Barricade. So if you want to check out another review after this show, he'll be live. I don't want to say live. He'll have like a, I don't know. Is your shit good now so you can start doing live reviews? I don't know yet, but he'll have a review nonetheless. Let's see. They need to create some type of group with people like AJ Styles, Reigns, people similar, not heels, but dark nonetheless from XY or 20. I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. I got nothing for you on that one. Bork versus the Car is better than Ziggler versus Kevin Owens. Absolutely. That's from Bork Laser. Absolutely. I agree with that. Yeah, WWE booking is so bad. From King T Mac. Seeing a lot of familiar names in here. Thank you guys for all of the comments. What Amir said. Did I miss Amir? Did I miss Amir what he said? February 29th. Oh, okay. February 29th is when he can start live streaming again. Cool. A lot of Daniel Bryan stuff, and we'll probably end up talking about Daniel Bryan some more a little bit, but let's continue on. Thank you guys, everybody that's in here. 309 watching. If you guys could drop a like on the stream, it would be very, very appreciative. Talking about Peyton. Talking about Peyton. I'm going to leave that alone. So let's get back to review. And we got Charlotte defeating Alicia Fox. At the start of this match, we got to see an Alicia Fox that I actually liked. If you ever watch Alicia Fox when she was in NXT, she only wrestled a few matches in NXT, but she was able to show off what she could actually do. And she actually, I've been saying this for a while, Alicia Fox is good. They just don't let her showcase it whatsoever. By the way, this hair, her weave, not her weave, she don't do weave. She does flat out wigs. Her wigs are atrocious. She has the worst wigs ever. And somebody on Twitter, I stay referring to somebody on, there's always somebody on Twitter. Somebody on Twitter said, but that's her hair. I said, and I'm sitting here like, no, she has a haircut. Just go on over to her. You don't even need to go to her Instagram. You could just watch Raw a couple of weeks ago where she had her actual hairstyle in, and the side of her hair is shaved and designed. So you're telling me that she has a full head of hair now after 2 weeks. My God, I need to know how she grew that shit. But we got Alicia Fox and Charlotte. I just like Charlotte as a heel. I'll be beating the same drum that I beat every other week talking about Charlotte here. The match was okay. I would have liked to have seen more from Alicia Fox, but it was okay for what we knew we were going to get. Up next, we got the Miz segment, which was actually a pretty good segment. He came out to talk about how he was attacked by AJ Styles. He gets interrupted by Jericho, and Jericho lets him know this set sucks. We need to do what is Jericho's what is the name of Jericho's show? The highlight reel. We need to do the highlight reel. Like, look at your carpet. Your carpet is garbage. Rolling my stuff. So they started rolling in a new carpet. They put in all of Jericho's stuff for the highlight reel, and I'm like, that was good. That was actually pretty damn good. And Miz is catching a fit there. What they wanted to put over here, and I'm hoping that this isn't leading into a WrestleMania match, and I'm hoping that this particular segment isn't leading to a triple threat match for Fastlane, which is later which Jericho might pin Miz for, and that'll set up Jericho and AJ Styles for WrestleMania. I'm hoping that doesn't happen, because the question is, are they going to actually let AJ and Jericho have that knockout match? I have my doubts. But all in all, the thing that they wanted to get over here was the fact that AJ Styles beating Jericho is eating him up. And Jericho's response to this was perfect. Yeah, it's eating me up. This shit has been bothering me for 2 weeks now that he came in here and beat me in a debut match. I'm fucking Chris Jericho. 6-time world champion, 9-time Intercontinental champion. I'm the man around these streets. The thing I liked about it is that he actually let you know that it bothered him. And contrary to what Road Dogg said, wins and losses seem to matter with Chris Jericho here in this situation. Any other time, it doesn't matter. But in this situation, that loss seemed to bother him. And as it should. It should bother him. And that's how wrestlers should be. They should be bothered by their losses. So I felt Jericho here. Absolutely felt Jericho here. AJ Styles music hits. It's coming down to the ring. Jericho gets attacked by The Miz. AJ runs down to the ring very slowly, but he was running nonetheless. Gets in there, attacks Miz. They start beating down The Miz. Stare down, yada, yada, yada. Leaves. Into that segment, we got more Daniel Bryan packages. Let's see. Backstage, New Day is polishing up the table when Renee Young. Actually, let me see if you guys have anything to say about that Jericho gimmick there. But Jericho lost to RVD on his Raw return. What is RVD? I mean, RVD already had legs. He already had credibility in WWE. So we can't really count that one. Congratulations, Weiser. You just booked it. I hope I didn't book it, King Cobra. King of Cobras. There we go. So Weiser, we need to put an Amber Alert out on Jericho's shirt because he can't seem to find it. From Tank Top Tiger, of all people. Yeah, Jericho hasn't worn a shirt in months. This guy can't find this guy's shirt. anywhere. Let's see. Anything else about this particular segment? You guys be all over the place with your comments here. Drunk Wiser, that was Saturday night. I had to delete those videos on Instagram. That I was leaning on pretty drunk that night. That was a pretty crazy night. If you've seen it on Instagram, you've seen it. If you didn't, you'll probably never see those videos. Wiser, will they ever do anything with my guy Tyler? No. From the Chosen One. No. And I said that before he even got to the main roster, that it wasn't going to work. That whole gimmick, it wasn't going to work, and it didn't. It wasn't going to, and it didn't. No, they're not going to. First impressions are lasting impressions, especially with Vince McMahon. You can believe. I mean, think about it. If Vince doesn't like you, you'll get the Tyler Breeze treatment. If Vince does like you, you'll get the treatment of a guy in a black mask, a black sheep mask. Oh yeah, Wiser was on that link. Yeah, boy. Ooh, man, if you follow me on Snapchat, you've seen that video too. And I'm mad I couldn't get more of those videos for you. My phone died on me that night, so I couldn't get those videos for you. But I did manage to get y'all one. I got y'all one, and I didn't get banned from Snapchat, so that's a good thing. All right, so let me go on to. Okay, so we got. Oh no, we got Adam Rose. Let's see. New Day is polishing up the table when Renee Young asked them who their fourth partner was tonight. And they said they didn't decide yet. Roman Reigns walks up to Dean, who wants a piece of Lesnar. Reigns says he wants Lesnar too, but Ambrose tells him he doesn't need help. Reigns says, okay. See, now, like here, all right. I don't want to say positioning of Reigns, because Reigns is positioned where they want him to be positioned, but the booking of Reigns makes no sense. Because now I think it's the perfect time to get into this segment here. Adam Rose defeated Titus O'Neil, distraction, roll up or some shit. I don't know. That happened. All right. So the way they're booking Roman Reigns, to me, stupid. Absolutely stupid. Especially now. The reason I say now is because when he attacked Triple H, when he lost that title, when he lost the title, and he attacked Triple H, he had fire. And if we go back to the beginning of the review, where I said the things that make us genuinely accept faces is when they show things, when they show that passion, they show that fire, they show that grit, they show that genuineness. And that's the feel that we got when he attacked Triple H. And that was when he got a huge reaction. The following Raw, reaction. Won a title, reaction. He started getting reactions, and they were doing things right until they stopped making sense. Until they get him into a position where, as Blackjack would say, the guy, he attacks Triple H, he attacks Vince, he badmouths Stephanie, yet he gets no punishment, yet he gets a title shot, yet he gets the title, yet he loses at Rumble, yet he gets a number one contendership title match. No sympathy there. He's never in a vulnerable position. There's never a chance for you to feel vulnerable where he feels vulnerable, because he's always coming out on top. Even if he gets attacked, he always comes out on top, unless it's New Day that's doing the attacking. If New Day's doing the attacking, he's going to take that L. No, because last week. Yeah. And last week, I flat out refused to review that Raw, because that Raw was absolutely fucking garbage. If it's like that, if we get Raws like that, y'all can go to sleep, because I'm not reviewing that bullshit. No. Not happening. That was some bullshit that last week. So we never get a chance to feel vulnerable for this guy. And if there's a bully in the street, such as Brock Lesnar, here's a question. When was the last time that Reigns called out a Lesnar? When's the last time Reigns called out a Triple H? Why doesn't Reigns call these guys out? But then we'll get a guy like Dean Ambrose, the crazy guy, who doesn't give a fuck. And that's how they have him positioned. That's how they have him booked. That's his character. He don't give a fuck. He's the guy that has not stepped in the ring with Brock for a one-on-one match or some type of none of that. He hasn't done it. So he wants a taste of Lesnar. He wants to see what it's about. He knows he'll get his ass kicked. He says he'll get his ass kicked. But damn it, we gonna fight. And he calls him out. That's what a babyface does. Cena did it. That's what Cena used to do. He call you out. Why aren't they doing that with Reigns? Reigns has never called out Brock Lesnar. Triple H won the title back at the Royal Rumble. Reigns didn't call him out. He had his opinions. He didn't call the brother out. He didn't say, "Hey, let's have a little scrummy. Let's have a little fight. Let's square up." He ain't none of that. None of that. So where's the badass Reigns that we got when he lost the title to Sheamus? Where's that guy? It's like they know what it would take to get the guy over, and they'll push that button, and then they'll turn it off and put him right back to the way they want to push him, which is smiley, Samoan saluting, happy face, nothing bothers me, I'm not vulnerable to anything type of Roman Reigns. And we can't get behind that because we can't sympathize with that. We don't know what it's like to always be out on top. We don't know what it's like to always have things go in our favor. We know what it's like to not have things go in our favor. We know what it's like to, I don't want to say be bullied or anything like that. I've never been bullied. I don't know what that feels like. But we know what it's like, or we can sympathize with people that are in position where they're getting their shit pushed in and you want to help that guy. So we know how we can feel towards something like that, or we could sympathize with that, and we don't get that with Reigns because they don't allow us to. They don't allow Reigns to get that fire. He only had it once, and it was a magic moment, and they never revisited it again. Why? Oh, because you're going to be put right back into the number one contendership spot, even though we should have fired you or suspended you or something. Nope. We're going to do nothing about it. But yet we got a guy like Dean who knows he's going to get his shit pushed in, and he's going to stand up to that Goliath. And he's going to keep standing up to that Goliath. And you're going to punch him in the mouth, and you're going to drop him on his head, and he's going to get right back up and say, "Is that all you got?" That's a guy we can get behind. That's a guy that we would like to see as a face of a company. That's a guy that we would like to see carrying WWE into the future. I would love to see that guy. But why can't it be the guy that they actually want in that position? I'm lost. I'm absolutely lost. How do you put Dean in that position when they know that's not the guy they want in that position? It's not as if they're setting up a Roman Reigns' heel turn, because he'll be going up against Triple H. But maybe, just maybe, just maybe, I don't know if I said this or somebody said it to me on Twitter. I'm not sure. I might have said it myself, but if I didn't, whoever it was that hit me up with this on Twitter, remind me and I'll just search it. Roman Reigns, yeah, it was somebody on Twitter. Roman Reigns versus Triple H WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania. See, now that right there, I can get behind that. I can get behind Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania, because, and it all depends on how unhinged they allow Dean to become during and after this triple threat match toward Brock Lesnar. After and during, he has to become unhinged, because then we'll start getting that Dean that we're like, we can't wait to see something like this. And Brock doesn't have to be like heel or anything. It could just be fucking Brock Lesnar, still be the same deal. And I think that would give him enough credibility to go against a guy like Brock Lesnar. You guys let me know in the chat how you feel about it. I would love to see Dean versus Brock one-on-one at Mania. I would love it. All right, so let me see. I feel like Wise would be that kid that nobody bothered in school. I had a lot of friends. I didn't avoid fights. It's probably why I'm like the way I am now. I didn't avoid fights. I was just cool with everybody. Definitely had a lot of friends. I was always into sports. So, and I had, it's funny because you guys know, I was a running back in high school, and I always stayed with my linemen. And those were some big motherfuckers. Was nobody bothering them. So they damn sure wasn't bothering me. And the reason why I said it's probably the way I am now is because like now, and you could probably ask like Chase Money, iPod King Carter, if you know those guys. I don't know. Well, you guys have been around my channel long enough. Yeah, I know them. There's a situation that's going on right now. Somebody's bothering one of them. And I just keep saying, yo, let me just sit down with him right quick. Like I don't know why. I just be itching to fight somebody. And I'm way too old for that. But I be itching, yo. Probably because I ain't fighting like forever. Like, I'm too old for that bullshit. That has nothing to do with it. But no, I wouldn't be a Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is like a drunk fighter. And no, I would be no. But somebody did one time push my buttons. It's actually the last fight I had. It was about 2003, I want to say, or 2004. Somebody pushed my buttons. They were drunk, and I'm telling them, like, don't do this. You're drunk. Next thing you know, he got suplexed on his face. Sorry. I'm sorry. I told him don't do it. He was trying to show off in front of the girls, so he caught that word. Let me see. Want to get back in them streets. I visit every now and then. The streets is quiet. All my street guys, they've gotten away from that too. They've gotten older too. Why is a real question? How many dick punches does Brock Lesnar have left in his contract? Tank Top Tiger, man, he's got a few more in there, man. Yeah, so I'm sitting here talking about how I feel about the booking here instead of talking about what actually happened. So Dean calls out Brock, keeps calling him out. Brock finally comes down. He said, Dean says, "Hey man, was that F2, F3? It damn sure wasn't F5 because I know you could do better than that." Brock comes in, does Brock things, leaves him laying. And what I wanted Dean to do, which is half of what he did, I wanted him to get up, have the mic in his hand, and say, "Is that all you got? Just get back up." I think Foley used to do that. Oh my God, was it Terry Funk? He used to do that all the time. Those ECW guys used to do that a lot. Rock used to do it. Well, he did it a couple of times. They get their shit pushed in there, just be sitting there stumbling back up. Is that all you got? Is that all you got? Terry Funk was like notorious for that one. I would have liked for Dean to have done that, but no, he just got back up and waited for Brock to come back in and finish it. So Brock's coming back. Roman Reigns' music hits when he gets in the ring. Reigns coming down slowly, and I'm just sitting there like, Reigns, you actually should be the one in the ring, not Dean, because if you want us to actually like you. And Dean hits Brock with the low blow because he's distracted, and the end. So yeah. Let's see. Now I can scroll down. And still took him to Suplex City and still took the girl. Nah, the girls was actually ugly, so I don't know why. I didn't give a fuck about them girls. But he was showing time for them. I don't know. And I'll leave that for another story for another day because it's actually kind of funny. It's a very funny story what happened after that. When will he finally wear a cup from D. Sean? I wish he would. I really wish Brock would wear a goddamn cup because he's getting ridiculous getting all these ball taps. What do we get next? I'm gonna move on to the next segment. Del Rio and Rusev defeated the Lucha Dragons after Del Rio got the stomp on Kalisto. Yeah, because we need to have another match with you, so you need to. We couldn't do it with Rusev or Sin Cara. No. It needs to be on Kalisto. This is the dumb shit that I talk about. You're giving us every outcome that you could, WWE. You didn't even need Kalisto to take the pin here. We know that they're going to have their match at Fastlane. You don't need. They're having a tag team match. He doesn't need to eat the pin. He's the U.S. champion. He doesn't need to eat the pin. That's what you have Sin Cara for. Especially coming off injury, so it'd make a little bit more sense. Duh. Tamina defeated Becky Lynch. Tamina wasn't bad tonight. But Naomi and that ass? That ass? Shit. Bruh. Naomi's bruh. That shit don't make. She should just wear sweatpants. Like, what if Naomi just started wearing yoga pants to the ring? Like, she would really be ridiculous at that point. She would really be ridiculous at that point. Sasha was out on commentary. Not really much to say about the match. What the real thing was here, and they've been starting to call Sasha and Becky partners. Don't know why they're doing that. I'm gonna need Wiser to go on a 10-minute break to talk about Naomi's ass only. That can go on for a while. Bro, but she need to have some yoga pants. The Lucha booties. They're the Lucha booties. But yeah, so Sasha, well, Tamina's sitting there. She starts pointing out Sasha on commentary. Don't know why. It's not like Sasha did anything to her, but starts pointing in her face after she has Becky down. She actually put a little work on Becky. Sasha's like, all right, I'll be right back because I need to handle this. She gets up and she's going towards Tamina, who's still in the ring. She's going towards Tamina, and Naomi destroyed. Good God. That was a ghetto punch. Like, she stole the shit out of Sasha. I mean, like, if Sasha don't got the Daniel Bryan concussion too soon, it might be too soon. I might have reached on some too soon shit right there. She knocked her on her ass. Becky comes out, hits Naomi with a nice T-bone suplex. I mean, she launched her. How fucking strong is Becky? Jesus. She launched her as if she was Brock Lesnar. And she goes back in the ring, gets her shit kicked in. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Sasha got her shit beat by Naomi's ass is a weapon of mass destruction. Too soon. Too soon on a concussion thing. Okay. When we finally have a Wiser story time, I've been thinking about getting a SoundCloud. I have a SoundCloud actually. I've been thinking about just posting a lot of like just random rants that I be wanting to have, like a lot of stuff. I mean, everything that I hold back from YouTube, I've been wanting to put it on my SoundCloud, which I'm going to start doing. I actually have like a list of things that I want to rant on, so I'm going to do that. Keep that stuff off of YouTube. If you want to follow it, I don't know how you do it, but my SoundCloud is Wiser Now. There you go, Wiser Now. That's me. Yeah. So up next, we had the Dudleys and the Usos against Mark Henry and New Day. Let's say this. This is actually what got us in a good mood for the Daniel Bryan thing. Mark Henry and New Day were magic tonight. Well, before the match. The way that they did it, they're sitting there, they're talking to a guy that you just don't see. He's off camera, and they're saying, hey, We want you to be on this. They want you to be our partner for the night. We want you to, wear the unicorn gimmick. And then we see a big ass black thumb. We didn't even see his hand. We seen his thumb taking the unicorn strap on, the llama penis strap on. And we knew instantly that's Mark Henry's hand because it's black and it's big ass thumb. It looked like a dick, this guy's thumb. So he says, all right, I'll join you guys and I'll wear the strap on only if I get to play the trombone. So he gets the trombone. He starts playing it. Not that good, but he starts playing it. He's dancing. He gave it back to Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods, they're like, all right, now you got to play it because now we got to dance. And Xavier Woods doesn't want to play it because his lips was on that. Kofi like, come on, man, you got to take one for the team, man. Better be in the team, man. If you want to get him, man, we got to play that, man. Go on ahead, put your lips on there. So he starts playing. That's funny. So you got to take this for the team. So he gets his lips on there, he starts playing it, and Biggie starts to gyrate. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. Then Mark Henry starts gyrating. I'm like, oh no, he's doing a reverse gyration. Then he starts doing a butterfly. I'm like, wait, Mark Henry. Mark Henry. Because nobody that was born after 1994 knows what the butterfly is. Mark Henry, why are you doing this dance? This shit, yo, what was he doing? He did the butterfly. And then he did it when they got out to the ring apron. I'm like, oh, God. Or the ramp. He did the butterfly. I'm like, yo, Mark Henry's out of control. And he looked like he was enjoying himself. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. He was enjoying himself as he did it. The match itself, didn't give a fuck about it. I ain't fuck. The ending, though. At first, I was going to say, why is New Day losing this match? Right? Because it's fucking New Day. Why are they losing this match? And then we get the heel turn from the Dudleys, which has been rumored and has been needed for a long time for them. And they ain't even been here that long, but it's been a long damn time. After they get the win, they turn on the Uso gimmicks because one of the legs was messed up. And fuck it, do you know who I am? Do you know who we are? We're the fucking Dudleys. Don't you ever have a table match without us. We do this table shit. Not you. We do this table shit. So yeah, Deuce is getting put through tables. We get the heel turn by the Dudleys. And a heel turn by the Dudleys mean they're fan favorites now. That's how WWE works. If you're a heel, you're a fan favorite. I don't know if they were supposed to get booed or cheered. They definitely got cheered. I don't know if it's because people don't give a fuck about the Usos, or it's because that's what they've been wanting from the Dudleys, or we just like, I don't know. But it's something that should have happened already. Because the Dudleys as heels work much better in WWE. But here's what's going to be the problem. If you thought that they were doing jobs before, oh, they definitely going to be jobbers now. Oh, I say 2 to 3 strong weeks of them being heels, and I mean strong. And then they'll be jobbing. They'll be jobbing going forward. Had to be the Dudleys. And that led us into the Daniel Bryan segment. Let's call it a segment. And we talked about this for how long did we go on about Daniel Bryan? If you guys missed it, you guys can rewind back to the very beginning of the stream. I didn't even fucking announce. I didn't say we're doing a Raw review for. Well, fuck it. Here we go. We're introducing the Raw review now at the end of the Raw review. Thank you, everybody, for. This is the end, by the way. But thank you, everybody, for joining me for tonight's February 8th, 2016 Raw review. Tonight we had Daniel Bryan's retirement speech, Brock Lesnar destroying Dean Ambrose and then getting his balls tapped. We had an assortment of things that I've already talked about for the past hour. Please make sure to drop a like on the stream. It helps a lot. I greatly appreciate it if you do. And we'll beat those dislike fodder guys that come later on. Yeah. like I said, this was a very well done very well done thing here with Daniel Bryan at the end. Very heartfelt, very, very, very heavy. And once again, got to say a good thank you to Daniel Bryan. I'm going to read you guys' comments. If you have any questions, I'm going to go on for another 7 minutes, and then I'm going to end the stream. But yeah, let's see what you guys got. I said something pause-worthy. What did I say? What pause-worthiness did I say? Because I be doing pause-worthy shit on purpose so much that now it's just second nature. I don't even know I'm doing it now. You know what? What if Daniel Bryan retired as Daniel Bryan, but then we get the return of Bryan Danielson? That'd be pretty cool. Have some Nicholas Morgan there. That would be pretty good. Ain't no pause there. They out there slapping balls. Yeah, tapping them nuts. Shit. Talking about playing with balls. Let's see. So you can talk about Naomi's ass for the next 7 minutes, Alex Cruz. No, stop. Stop. I'll SoundCloud her. Let's see. Mark Henry should have worn pink and blue. Yeah, I was thinking that when he came out, he's wearing the black and gold trim, and I'm like, if only he had the pink and blue, that would have been fire. Oh, that would have been so fire. Angelo Dawkins, the new Daniel Bryan. I need to stop. That's from Black and White. You're so beast from John Chuck. Hopefully he's talking about me, and if so, thank you. Peter F. Balls deep in Sasha. I was gonna say something, but it was gonna be very vulgar, so I'm gonna chill. What's my favorite Bryan match? I'll say in WWE, my favorite Bryan match was actually, it's gonna come off as weird to you guys, probably. I don't know. But it's not the matches that he had with CM Punk. Those were those are damn good. My favorite Daniel Bryan match in WWE was Daniel Bryan and Sheamus, the best 2 out of 3 falls match after WrestleMania. Go back and watch that match, because that's when we got Bryan Danielson. We got American Dragon that night. He fucked Sheamus up that night. My God. Thought Sheamus was going to die. He destroyed Sheamus. So what happened in about a week? Because a week ago, Daniel Bryan was trying to get cleared. I think, again, WWE propaganda. I talked about that, too, in the beginning of the show. One Piece reviews wanted. We need them hoes. We need them hoes. Oh man, One Piece reviews. I hope you watch Toriko too. Well, read Toriko too. Toriko's fire. I have a theory with Dean, Reigns, and Brock, but I ain't gonna say it in the chat. Once again, off the barricade. Hopefully, he'll say it on his own review, which he's probably going to he's actually probably about to start recording that now as we speak. Also, is Gene in here? He's probably doing his own thing. I wanted to shout out Gene's reviews as well. Put over the little guy. Put over the little guy. But damn it, if he was in here, I could give you his correct channel name, and I don't know the correct channel name. I always just catch his stuff on Twitter. That joint at Extreme Rules. Yep, that's the one. That's the match. That shit was clean as fuck, that match. Will there ever be another Daniel Bryan? I mean, depends on what you mean. If you mean like wrestler style, again, we didn't get the real Daniel Bryan. We didn't get Bryan Danielson. We got flashes of Bryan Danielson. And if we ever got Bryan Danielson, he would have been even more over than what he is. He would have been even more over. Because that dude wrestled his ass off. Personality wise, I mean, WWE creates guys like this. You know, Daniel Bryan wasn't like this before he came to WWE. If a lot of you guys remember, Daniel Bryan was one hell of a heel. Daniel Bryan made you want to punch him in the fucking face. People hated a heel Daniel Bryan in respects to his heel character. They loved him. They loved Bryan Danielson. But he got heat when he was a heel. Really good heel. I mean, he actually used to curse. He used to curse the fans out. I mean, legit curse them out. Damn, we could have seen Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles versus CM Punk versus Samoa Joe at WrestleMania. No, that big ass clusterfuck. No, hell no. One, because Punk always wanted to be in the main event, so by this time he probably would not be in a match like that because he would be in the main event somewhere. Joe and Styles, even though we've seen it a ton of times, that would be such a great match again. Throw AJ Styles in the mix would be like taking out. That would be like taking out Christopher Daniels and putting in Daniel Bryan, and that I don't think they would miss a beat. Even though that match, you want to talk about a 5-star match, you can watch that one. You ain't getting Ricochet anytime. There ain't no time soon. Yeah. Got one more minute here. If done correctly, Sammy or Finn could be Daniel Bryan over. No. Maybe Sammy. Not Finn. Finn's just not that type of character. Sammy, absolutely, because Sammy is shit. Personality-wise, Sammy is a fucking clone of Daniel Bryan. WWE's Daniel Bryan. He's damn near a clone. Like, in a way in which you could get sympathy for a guy? Absolutely. Yeah, Sami Zayn. Will they book him like that? Absolutely not. No. That guy's going to be in the mid-card. Really wanted to see Kenta versus Daniel Bryan again. Yeah, that would have been excellent. Brie Bella versus Asuka in the main event of rest. Stop. Don't do that. So who's ready for Nakamura Zayn? It's gonna be it, bruh. At least we don't see Daniel Bryan and Kane again. I mean, the Daniel Bryan and Kane tag team was excellence. That was an excellent tag team. Them going against each other? Nah, I'm good. Heard people saying Dean will go up against AJ. Would that sell? Not right now, no. Hell no. Not right now. Angelo Dawkins joins New Day and wears 2 unicorn horns. You know what? That right there is from Austin Fire. And on that note, he signs us out. Good night, everybody. Oh, hey, there we go. I'm in the dark. I'm on a horse. But yeah, I botched that. Now I'm gonna close it.